On today's video, I'll be showing you how you can cut a perfect neckline. And this video, you will no longer with this video you no longer have challenges cutting perfect and accurate neckline. So I enjoy you to watch the end of the video. So although I've done a video on this neckline before, but on this one I'm including a voice for better understanding. And if this is the first time you are checking on this channel, I welcome you to the Noble family. This is the channel that brings you tutorial on the simplest, fastest and a perfect method on how to cut and sew any style on a men's dress. I also brings you video on a latest trending style for men. So do well to click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop an amazing video like this again. So stay connected. So now let's proceed. So you have laid this is how to cut the neck. You have laid both the front and the back on each other. So then I've slanted the dress. So the back drop now that make the back to be longer than the front is 4 inches. So I use 4 inches on this one, and I've already slanted this thing. If you want to know how to slant a perfect this thing Kaftan, you can refer back to my previous training. So that I've made on how to cut a kaftan on the description this thing below. So now we have to fold the back on the front with a ½ inch. Let the back overlap on the front with a ½ inch, so that then the next thing you have to do is to iron it out. Let it overlap on the front with ½ inch through like that. Then use iron to get the gator. So this will give you the back line. This will give you the back line. So use iron to get the gator. Use iron to get the gator. Then after that, open the material. You have seen the gator, so that's where the back line will start from. So now we have to calculate for our neck. You have to calculate for the neck. So the neck that I'm using is a 16. The neck that I'm using is a 16. So now the formula to get our neck is a neck. I think you can see that is a neck. This marker is giving me an issue. So it is a neck over 2. So you have to divide whatever you have as your neck by 2, the circumference by 2. So this is the reason why, if you measure the neck, you are only cutting for half neck, not round. So, and as you measure the neck, you measure it all round, the whole circumference. But when we are cutting, you have laid our material in double, so we are cutting half of the neck now. So that is why you need to first divide the circumference by 2. So now the neck measurement that I'm using is a 16. So now the 16 divided by 2 will give me 8. Sorry, that is a 8. So that's an error. That is a 8. So to give me 8. So whatever I'm to cut out as half of my neck now should be what? Should be 8. Should be 8. So this circumference now should be 8. So now this is how to calculate for the 8 now to get how we have to cut it on the front and on the back. So we have a length and we also have a breadth of the neck. So this is the length of the neck and this is the breadth of the neck. This is the breadth. So now we have to calculate for the neck and as well for the breadth. So this is how to get the length now. This thing is easy, just pay much attention. So this is a 8. Whatever you have as whatever you divide it by 2. That's 8 divided by 2. Give me what? Give me 4. Give me 4. So therefore now whatever you get, just add 0.5 to it, giving me 4.5. That's a 4.5. That's a 4.5. So giving me 4.5. So that's for the length. Now for the breadth, now the wideness of the neck. That's the wideness of the neck. will be whatever I get as my length. That's 4.5 divided by 2 again. Divided by 2, that will give me 2.2. That will give me 2.2. So that is the length, and this is the breadth. So if I want to cut the length now, it will be 4.5, and the wideness will be 2.2. So now let's duplicate it on the material. So I think let me first measure the breadth. So the wideness now is a chalk 2.2. I think this place is not straight. Let me recut it to make it rhyme. So now chalk 2.2. That's 2.2 for the that's the wideness. And the length now, the length, you have to measure the length from this gator, from the back gator, from the back line. So that is where you have to measure the length. So from this point, that is where you have to measure the length. So please don't make mistake of measuring the length from here. This will increase the measurement. So you have to measure from here. So what I'm measuring now is what is a 4.5. Then you have to cuff it around. You can use a free hand if you know how to use a free hand, but if you can't use free hand, you can get this French cuff. It's not that costly, so you can get this French cuff, then use it to cuff it around. Then you can now use a free hand to get a perfect shape. So that is how to get the front line for the neck. That's how to get the front for the neck. Then you have to trim it out. Just trim it out. That is it. Then now we have to cut for the back now. Then let the front overlap on the back. Let the front overlap on the back. Don't measure whatever you have on the front at the back. With this, the neck will not balance. You can see that what I have on the chalk is shorter than what I have on this thing. Just overlap it, then cut it out from whenever the front reach. From this point, just notch that place. Just notch it like that, just small. Then open it again. You can see the difference now. Then you can use the French cuff or use a free hand to cuff the neck, to shape the neck. Now you can trim it out. You can see that whatever I'm measuring, I'm not measuring it from this place. So this is for the back slits. So it's not part of the measurement. So don't make that mistake of measuring from that point. So now you have to trim it out, then shape it round like that. That is it. That's how to get the perfect measurement. Now let's confirm. But before I proceed, normally make shout outs to one of my subscribers, and today's shout out goes to Bife Shike. A very big thanks to you, and you can have swear be the next person that will make shout outs to in my next video. All you need to do is to click on the subscribe button and make a comment. Now let's proceed. Now this is how to confirm this thing. Leave ½ inch up. So that ½ inch is for seam allowance. Then measure it around like this. You can see this is 4 inches. So this is 4 inches. That is half of the 8 inches. So now place the tape rule place the 4 inches, measure ½ inch at the up for sewing allowance, then place the tape 4 inches on the where the chalk is, then measure it round as well. You can see that that's 8 inches. So if you are to sew it now, that's 8 inches, making 16. So if you are to sew it now, make sure you sew like at least like quarter, don't make it more than quarter, don't sew ½ inches, sew it like a quarter if you want to turn the neck both in the front and the back. And if you are piping the neck, after you have joined the neck together, then you can trim like a quarter round. So for me, I like doing this, so I like my neck to lay on the neck, giving my clients comfort so that the thing will not choke them on the neck. So after that, you can now trim the quarter round. But if you are turning the neck, so just sew quarter. So with this, I believe you have a perfect and accurate neckline, and this will make your neck to balance when you are piping the neck. When you are piping the neck, you won't have challenges of a raven rumple at the side like this. So that's one of the things that causes piping not to balance. It's an imbalanced neck. Let me show you what I mean. Though I've been diving to another thing, but let me quickly show you that. So let me lay the material on the back again. Let me lay the front on the back again. So now let's say this is the front. You can see this one is matched. So some people, when they cut the neck, the back may be wider than the front, or shorter than the front. So whenever they fix the neck will not balance. But with this, the neck will balance. So please click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. So if this is the first time you are checking on this channel, so thank you and stay blessed. Bye.